All right, guys, another video here. Dodge Charger Scatpack running from the police up in Michigan. Unfortunately, he did not get away in this case. He had the power, he had the gas, but he did not know where he was going. And unfortunately, that's what spelled his ultimate demise. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm not going to waste your time. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in the car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. You're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So boom. Sometimes, guys, it's just best to take the L, right? You see police behind you, you see those blue lights, just take the L. Okay, in this particular case, this guy should have just taken the L, but instead he's going to jail and his car is totaled. Dodge Charger Scatpack running from Michigan State Police did not go as well as he thought. He had the power, had the gas, but he didn't know where the hell he was going. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Shout out to State Boyzzz. State Boyzzz YouTube channel. They got crazy car content, police versus Mopars, you know, content. Check them out. I'll put the link in the description, man. This video comes from them. All right, so boom, you see the cop. Immediately busts a U-turn, Scatpack Charger. Scatpack Charger's busting the right. Looks like they're in a residential neighborhood. Once again, terrible place to run from the police. Police flashes his light on them. And he's gone. Runs through the stop sign. Residential neighborhood. The cop still hasn't cut his lights on, so it's not officially a chase. And his lights are on. So now it's on. It's the real deal now. Audio comes in. Charger's gone. This particular cop, he's got his spotlight on the car at all times. Now you can see, I mean, we're in Michigan. I don't know what part of Michigan this is, but I mean, this is like heavily traffic, heavy area. Like there's traffic all over the place. Going through stoplights. He's not getting away from this cop. I mean, you can pretty much tell this right off the rip. This cop is on his ass the entire video. Now he gets on a 3-lane, looks like a freeway or something like here, gets him a little bit of distance, and he goes ghost. So that's another thing, guys. Not that we advocate this type of behavior on this channel, but if you're going to run, the best thing you can do is go ghost, because that one light in the back, it's bright, it gives away our car. You can tell it's a Charger a mile away. Go ghost. Now, you may not be able to see because your headlights are gone as well, but completely ghost out, all right? Now you got two cops in the chase at this point, two different perspectives. You can still see the Charger. I mean, this Charger is 3 cars away from him. You know what I'm saying? Gets a little bit of distance once again. Now, because the Charger is ghost at this point, he disappears. But these cops are on him heavy. It looks like there's 3 cops at this point. Yeah, it's 2 Chargers and one Charger and 1 SUV. You can still see the Charger a mile away from him. He's not going anywhere. 2-lane road. Yeah, these cops are not letting him go. He's running through stop signs like crazy. And once again, he's got to slow down for all these turns. He's got to slow down for traffic. And the cop is right on his tail. You know what I'm saying? Like literally right there on him. Because this is a Scat Pack, he gets him some speed. Blast off on him again. Still got his spotlight on the Charger, so I mean, it's not like the Charger's going anywhere. Residential neighborhood, dangerous as hell, but he's still trying to keep this chase up. I mean, the cop is so close to him, he can hop in his back seat at this point. And then look at this, he's got to stop all the way down. Cop hits him in the back, tries to initiate a pit maneuver. Charger gets sideways. You can hear the cop say unsuccessful. He tried to pit him, unsuccessful. Once again, the Scat Pack's got to break it all the way down to make a turn. And the bad thing about these cars is because they're so torquey, when you hit the gas, you're going to get sideways. So you got to be able to handle that and counteract that. So he's all over the side of the road. I mean, this chase is going nowhere at this point. It's just too much traffic. You got to get on the highway and use what you have to your advantage, that speed. Let's fast forward a little bit. Once again, crossing over the railroad tracks. Cop is right on his ass. Right on him. Got the spotlight on him and everything. At this point, he's just wasting gas. He's got to slow down all the way again. This is where things get interesting. Boom, look at that. tried to make a turn doing 60, 70, did not work, hit a curb, airborne, blew everything out. Whole situation under the hood of that car is blown out. You hear what he said? Show me your hands, bitch. I'ma F you up. I'ma F you up. Car's total. Car smoking. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit to another cop's perspective. You can see the dude running here in the jacket. Hands up in the air. He looks like a damn 16-year-old kid or something like that. Cops got him. Let's go to what the Charger looks like. The Charger is done. Look at that Charger. That thing is smoking. Smoking. You can't even tell it's a Charger. It is a 392. You can see the 392 badges on the side, but that thing is totaled and smoking. Yeah, so that's a wrap there. That was a lose-lose situation, man. I'm telling you guys, sometimes you've just got to know when to take the L, you know? It doesn't matter how much power you have. It doesn't matter how much gas you have. If you are not in a location that is beneficial to what you're about to do, a high-speed chase, sometimes you just got to take the L, because all of that power means absolutely nothing when every 5 seconds or every block you've got to slow down and make a hard turn. As you can see with this guy, every so often he had to completely break it down, slow it all the way down, make a hard turn. These cars are very torquey. You make these turns, as soon as you get on the gas, they're getting sideways. You know what I'm saying? The cop tried to pit him twice and was unsuccessful, just because, you know, once that Scat Pack gets straight, gets on the gas, it's going to blow that cop, you know, it's going to smoke him. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine the trooper is probably driving a 5.7 or something like that. But yeah, these cars are too torquey for you to be doing that. You know, it doesn't matter how much power you have in this scenario. It doesn't matter how much gas you have in this scenario. You're going to suffer. And this is one of those situations where you should just realize you need to take the L. But what I will say is, because in the beginning of the video, the Charger was going in the opposite direction of the cop and they were literally passing each other, that tells me that that cop was probably looking for that Charger. In other words, that's probably either a stolen Charger, or that person that was driving the Charger got some kind of warrant out for their arrest. And it was one of those things where the guy knew that he was going to jail for a while. So he had to toss it up at that point. This was not just a regular speeding stop. And it was one of those things where I just don't want to stop and I'm going to take off on the cops. 9 times out of 10, this guy had a warrant for his arrest and he knew it, or the car was stolen, in which case he knew he was going away for some time anyway. So it was one of those things where he had the gun and run it, and he did, and he lost. In this situation, you're not going to win. You know what I'm saying? In the city, running from the cops, every block you got to completely stop. I mean, for some reason, there was hella cars on the street at this point, at this time of night, which I don't know what time of night it was there, but clearly it was nighttime, and clearly there were a lot of people on this particular street. I mean, North Charlotte's got hella streets like that. W.T. Harris, Independence. It doesn't matter what time of night or what time of day you're on these streets, it's going to be packed with people, you know? And it seems like he picked the most congested street in whatever part of Michigan this was to try to run from police, and it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And police completely tore his car up. Actually, he tore his own car up, trying to make a turn at 60, 70 miles an hour, and it looked like he hit a curb, and those curbs are unforgiving. Whole situation was blown out. Tires blown out, front end blown out, his engine was smoking. You know, it was a bad situation, but it was one of those situations like he lost that as soon as he took off from the cop. I mean, 1 minute into the video, you saw that he was in a residential neighborhood doing 30, 40 miles an hour trying to run from a cop, and it just don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It just does not work like that, unfortunately, running from these cops. I've always told you that in a situation like this, if you're going to run, which I'm not advocating, I don't participate in that. I've never ran from the cops in my Hellcat. But if you are going to do that, the highway is your best friend. Speed. Get up to speed and disappear. One thing that he did that I did like, I sound like I'm, you know, a sports analyst or something. One thing that he did that I did like, that I haven't seen a lot, was he blacked out. He killed the lights, which actually helped him out. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he couldn't get away or get further enough away from the cops didn't really help his situation, but him going ghost like that did help his situation in the sense that he did kind of blend in a little bit. You know, it was a little bit better than leaving that bright Charger light in the back. You're looking for a Dodge Charger, you got that bright light in the back, you're standing out like a sore thumb. So the fact that he went ghost made sense, but, you know, when you're driving these cars, you know, like I know, when you go ghost, your headlights are gone. unless you got some sort of kill switch or relay where you can kill the trunk lights and still have your headlights. But in any other stock standard Charger, once you kill that tail light, your headlights are gone. So you can't see shit. So yeah, they can't see you, but you also can't see what's in front of you, which is probably why this guy ended up blowing his whole car up, you know, because he couldn't see what the hell was in front of him. He couldn't see the curb. So, you know, we've seen stuff like that work with the undefeated Charger that's in Arkansas. When he goes ghost and blacks out, it works for him, but it works for him because he's able to disappear. Like when he goes ghost, he literally goes ghost. Like he blacks out the Charger, cuts all the lights off, and then he disappears because he blasts off. This guy blacked out, but he wasn't able to get away. So this Scat Pack owner bites the dust. But that was one of those situations where he really should have just taken the L from Jump Street. But then again, like I said, if he's got a warrant or if it's a stolen Charger, he's got to run. And it looks like it was a situation like that. So I don't know. Really should have just taken the L. The police got him on that one, man. They was on him heavy. Shout out to the Michigan State Troopers or State Police. They did not give up on that chase, and they got him down. You know what I'm saying? If he did steal somebody's Charger, then I'm definitely glad he's behind bars, because I can't, you know, I'll never get behind somebody's car getting stolen, somebody's Charger getting stolen. If he had warrants for his arrest, then he probably deserved to be in the situation he was in. So, as always, guys, like I said, man, if you're going to do it, you got to commit to it. You got to be smart about it, man. You got to be smart about it, man. Otherwise, just take that L. Aside from having a warrant for your arrest or being a stolen car, just take that L. But for all the other law-abiding citizens, I would just take the L, get the ticket, go on about your day. But as always, man, like, subscribe, comment. Shout out to State Boyzzz YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to their content. I love what they're doing. Yeah, I really like what they're doing. They're doing some cool stuff, man. So definitely check them out. As always, like, subscribe, comment. See you guys in the next one, man. Peace.